Yo, what's up, everybody? Welcome to another episode of Turtles Love Pizza. This is the podcast where we talk about everything to do with the Ninja Turtles, including movies, comic books, TV shows, cartoons, etc. But today, we are doing something a little special. Last week, we finished working on the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles with Mighty Morphin Power Rangers. Today, we're doing kind of like a spin off episode where we will be talking about the Mighty Morphin Power Rangers, the movie. This is Steven.
This is Andrew.
What's up, Andrew?
What's up, Steven?
Not much, not much. So before we begin, you guys always know we start out with what did we buy this week?
So, what I got in was actually perfect for this podcast because I got the Master Morpher for Tommy Oliver,
Yeah.
and I got the Omega Rangers, which are in the Boom comics.
What are the Omega Rangers? I don't think I've ever heard of that.
Yeah, they're in the Boom comics for Power Rangers, and I don't know a ton about them, but they're called the Omega Rangers. Hasbro did it part of their little PulseCon. So basically, it is Jason, Zach, and Trini.
Uh-huh.
And then there's like another one. But they're like super powered rangers.
Oh, even more so than they normally are.
Yeah, so they have like I forget why. I haven't actually read the Boom comics, but I heard like the rumors about these guys and everything. So I decided to pick it up. Yeah, because I made a promise to collect all the Red Rangers from the Lightning collection, and the only way to get the Red Omega Ranger is to get the 4-pack. So
Did you send me a picture of the Omega Rangers? Because I
yeah,
remember
that picture
seeing.
I sent you has two things in it.
Oh, okay, you're right. Hey, it looks pretty dope though.
Yeah, they look awesome. So there's a red, black, yellow, blue, gold, and a Death Ranger.
Whoa, that's intense.
Yeah,
And it looks like the Green Ranger's a girl.
it's actually blue.
Oh, it's blue. Oh, okay. It's like Teal Ranger, actually, dude.
Yeah,
That's
kind of more teal.
yeah. But yeah, it looks really, really. I feel like it's a Dan Mora art on this box, but the Lightning Collection Morpher looks really dope.
Yeah, that's the Master Morpher. So it allows Tommy to morph into any of the Power Rangers that he has been.
Oh, seriously?
Yeah, so he can be like the Red Ranger, the Green Ranger, the Black Ranger, the White Ranger.
So for the Morpher, does it have every single one of those animals? Like, the Dragon Zord has this coin, but do you
Yeah, it
have
has
to
all the
change the
coins.
coins?
It has every coin.
Oh, dude, that's dope.
And it has like a little stand you can put it on and like display all the coins and the morpher on top.
Oh, wow, that sounds awesome, actually.
Yeah.
Okay, anyways, anything related to the turtles though?
Nope. Well, I got things in my box for Big Bad Toys, but it just hasn't shipped to me yet, so I haven't received it.
I
But
got you.
technically, I have it because I've already paid for it and it's already in there.
Which one is it?
I have the Foot Enforcer from
Okay.
Mirage Comics, and what else do I have in there? I have a Last Ronin statue.
Ooh.
Yeah, from Diamond Toys. So
Okay.
it is pretty sweet. And then the other things I have in there, I have Spider Gwen and Spider Ham from Into the Spider Verse.
Mm-hmm.
I got Xanatos as a armored gargoyle,
Oh, wow.
and I got the Turbo Red Ranger because I know you love Turbo, and Elisa Maza, the detective from Gargoyles.
Are these all coming in like next week?
No, so the way Big Bag Toys works is you can do a pile of loot. So whenever you pre-order something, they just put it in your pile,
Mm-hmm.
and then once your pile's big enough or like you run out of time, you can ship it to yourself for $4.
Oh,
So
okay.
everything that's in there, so it just saves you on shipping costs.
I gotcha. Awesome.
Yeah,
So yeah, you're gonna be getting a lot more stuff coming in, but it's all on sort of pre-order anyways, right?
well, it's already been pre-ordered and it's already been paid for. It's just waiting for me to authorize shipment.
Oh, okay, okay, I gotcha. Well, other than that, why don't we just jump into our feature presentation? Because honestly, I have not purchased anything of late, so we'll see. But let's get into our feature presentation. We are talking about the Mighty Morphin Power Rangers, the movie. What year was that? It was like 1990 something.
95, 95,
90.
man.
Oh my god, that's crazy.
Summer of
Okay, before we
95.
start on the movie, do you remember how old you were and what you were doing during this time?
I was like 11.
Okay.
Yeah, I was like 11 or something like that. And I think, yeah, I watched it in the theater, I think, with probably
Who
my
did you
mom.
Oh. Yes, recurring theme. So, probably with one of your parents. I was probably around 9, 8 or 9, and I definitely watched it in the theaters, but I don't remember with who. And whoever watched it with me, I'm sorry to them. But but let's go ahead and start with a really quick synopsis. Andrew, if you don't mind.
All right, I'm just going to read the synopsis that's on Ranger Wiki,
Oh my god.
which
Okay.
is when an egg in Angel Grove is unearthed, Lord Zed and Rita Repulsa release the creature inside. Ivan Ooze, Zordon, who is trapped inside a thousand, who's trapped him inside for 1,000 years ago. Wait, say that again. Zordon trapped him inside of the egg. This is just written weird. Zordon trapped him inside the egg 1,000 years ago, so Ivan leaves to seek revenge. Ivan destroys the interior of the command center, almost killing Zordon, weakening and slightly fraying Alpha 5 and causing the Rangers to lose their powers. And so the Rangers go on a quest to find ninja powers on Phaedos to defeat Ivan Ooze.
All right. That Yeah, you struggled through that one.
Yeah, it's not written very well. I'm sorry, Ranger Wiki. Power
Anyways, uh,
com. It's like Power Rangers fandom or whatever. I don't know. Anyways, Ranger Wiki, y'all need some sort of copy editor because yeah, this does not read well.
or chat GPT it.
Yes.
Yes. But okay, why don't we get talking about this movie? I'm going to go ahead and say that when they go to this planet, remember they get teleported to this planet to find like their ninja powers or whatever. When they're on the planet, they look dope in their ninja gear. What do you think about that?
Yeah, the ninja gear looks awesome. They reused that same ninja gear for like season 3 of Power Rangers.
Of the original?
Yeah, of the TV show.
Okay, okay.
Yeah, so it's kind of cool. Same thing with the Tengu Warriors. They have the same, costumes, but they call Tanga Warriors in season 3 of Power Rangers.
Okay.
Basically, season 3 of Power Rangers is this movie, but without any of this movie.
So Ivan Ooze is not in this in season 3.
No, Ivan Ooze is totally only in this movie. Same thing with that hog creature, Morton or something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So here's a couple things. Like when I remember the TV show, I have very fond memories of, Rita and Zordon creating these out of like clay or something and zapping them to earth and they become these monsters, right?
So Finster would mold them out of clay and then put them
Oh.
in his machine, and then the machine would bring it to life, and then Rita would make the monster grow.
Oh, okay. Would she zap them to earth? Who zaps them to earth?
They would just teleport on their own.
Oh, okay. And in this movie, Ivan Ooze just has like these robotic creations that he puts his ooze in them,
They're
and
Morphicons or something. I don't know, something like that.
yeah, and they come to life from his ooze, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then there's a subplot about how the ooze can make the parents Ivan Ooze's slave, which I don't even think they explained that very well. Do you just touch it or do you have to ingest it?
You have to touch it. Remember, because like the kid's dad like looks at it and he like sniffs it, but as
Hmm.
soon as he puts his hand inside the jar, he like gets taken over, and then he goes to like do construction work.
Well, then, does construction work. Okay. Okay, so there's these crazy subplots I don't even think that your plot description gets into. Could
Oh
you
yeah.
could you explain this for me?
All right. Explain which part.
Why are they going into these construction sites? Like, what is going on?
Okay, so they were doing construction, and then they found like this little manhole, and then
Yeah.
the manhole is like what contained Ivan Ooze, right? It had like the egg inside of it. So
Right.
Rita and Zed go down because they like want to take the power for them, the evil power for themselves. And turns out Ivan Ooze is more powerful than them. He like
Uh.
traps them in a snow globe, and then Goldar and Mordant like instantly are like, you know what, we're gonna be on your side now.
Yeah.
So his whole plot is to like dig up the ectomorphicons or whatever,
Yeah, the
basically his
ants.
own Zords,
Yeah.
and he like I guess he's too lazy to do it himself, so he employs all the adults of Angel Grove to do it for him,
Yeah.
and then yeah, so they're able to like unearth these Zords for him basically,
Uh-huh.
and yeah, so that's what happened, and then like he tells them to go jump off a cliff, and
Yeah.
so kids are like rushing to stop their parents from jumping off a cliff. So
And
it's supposed to be like that whole adage, like if so and so jumped off a cliff, would you? And so the answer for these parents is yes, because like will do so.
oh my god. So that that makes everything a little more clear. Okay, okay. So Andrew, tell me some of the things that you enjoyed about this movie cuz my favorite thing is definitely the ninja gear. I think the fight scenes are still pretty adequate, but that girl on that planet, whatever her name is, the one that like protects the spirit of the ninja animals.
Yeah, Dulcia or something.
Well, what?
Dulcia.
Yeah, Dulcia. Yep, she was sweet to me, all right. Okay, so why don't you tell me what are some of the things that you liked?
What I liked was definitely like the nostalgia of everything.
Yeah.
Just like them rollerblading and like just like the costuming and just the look of everything. Like it just felt so 90s.
Yeah, it did.
It was great to just see the actors because like they look so young and like it's just how you remember them, right?
Mhm.
Because you know I've met a lot of these people like in person now,
Yeah.
like for conventions and stuff, and
Oh,
they don't
that's
look like that anymore. I mean, not that they look bad or anything, but you know, they're just it's been like 20 years for them, so obviously they're older and they look a little different. But it's
wiser.
just, huh?
Wiser.
Yeah, hopefully wiser. But it's just you know, it's nostalgic to see that you know the ninja stuff was really cool. You know, the humor was still there.
oh god.
Like I still laughed at that part where he's like, "I'm a frog," and
Yeah.
kisses him on the forehead. Like
Yeah.
I love that part. Even as a kid, I love that part. Um, so yeah, I mean, I think you know the whole thing of just nostalgia was great, and yeah, just seeing the Rangers just doing the Rangers thing. I was a little disappointed in the morphing sequence
Mhm.
because that was just kind of lackluster compared to like what you see in the TV show,
Yeah.
and they're only Power Rangers twice in the entire movie.
Yeah, which is really weird, isn't it?
Yeah,
I feel like Lord what's his name? Ivan Ooze has far more play than any of the
he does, and like I remember as a kid, I always thought it was Christopher Lloyd playing Ivan Ooze, but it's not.
Yeah, it's
But
not.
he really like has a voice very similar to Christopher Lloyd when he talks.
Yeah, I agree. And on top of that, like, I just want to piggyback off of you on a few things. The nostalgia is there. I really thought that they kind of pushed it a little too far, though. That rollerblading scene goes on pretty long.
It does. Also, I did not understand the whole skydiving thing at the beginning.
Oh yeah, what? Oh no no no! I think it was for that event, right? So they're
Yeah,
skydiving at
but
the
it
beginning.
makes really no sense. Like why these teenagers that are in high school have like a skydiving team.
Yeah, that's true.
Like who funds this?
the PTA, man.
Yeah, that's a rich PTA right there.
oh,
And
and
then
by
like and then enough to have like Bulk and Skull just get on there too, even though they're not actually competing. They're
yeah,
just there for the ride. Like it literally makes no sense.
yeah.
Like
No,
it looked
I'll
really
agree with
cool,
you.
but like it made no sense.
Okay, there is one question I wanted to ask you. So there's that little boy at the beginning of the movie, and he's throughout the movie. Do you think that that's the boy in Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles versus Mighty Morphin Power Rangers grown up?
Is it?
I don't know. That's what I'm asking you, man.
I have no idea.
Wouldn't it be crazy if it was though?
What would be cool is if he came back and became a Power Ranger. Because like at the end, they're like, even you
Yeah.
can be a Power Ranger. I'm gonna be the Gold Ranger, something like that.
Well, isn't remember there's a kid in the turbo?
Oh
Is that
yeah,
is that
Justin.
him?
No, that's not Justin.
Oh, okay. But yeah, when I was watching the movie, I was like, is that kid the freaking guy who betrays Tommy in Teenage Mutant Ninja
No,
Turtles?
that's
That
not
would be
Justin.
crazy. Oh no, no, no. I mean the other kid.
Oh yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, that would be interesting. Okay, so let me break it down for you, man. The CGI in this movie is the worst.
I mean, at times it wasn't the worst. I feel like it declined more and more as the movie progressed. Like that whole
Yeah.
end fight sequence
Yeah.
was just the worst, and it was weird because like at one point they throw the Megazord through a building, and when they throw the Megazord through a building, it's an actual like it's real,
Yeah,
right?
yeah, yeah.
But then they switch it back to CGI, and
And
just like
it looks terrible, doesn't it?
it looks better when it's going through the building as like a real Zord, as a real Megazord, and then when it gets back up, it's like a CGI Megazord again. I'm just like, it looks so much better as a real one.
Yeah, I completely agree with you because if you think about it, all throughout the TV shows, they're all like, guys wearing these suits. Right?
Yeah, from the Godzilla days,
Yeah, and I thought those looked so much better than what we got stuck with because number one, you have the individual Zords, and they're not even the Zords that we know. They're like these completely new Zords, like Falcon and the Frog, like you mentioned before. The Frog looks
There
terrible,
and the
and
wolf. I mean, and they got their butts kicked
yeah,
against these giant things.
yeah.
Like they instantly just got blasted. Like he's like, "I got you, blast." Oh no. Tommy's like, "Oh, I got a shot. Oh, they hit me. I'm going away now."
Yeah, and I'm wondering if that's because the CGI budget was like, all right, you need to get off the screen like ASAP.
Pretty much. I mean, they would have probably better spent that just having puppets
Yeah, so like
costumes.
one of the main things we watch the Rangers for is because of, the Megazord or these large Zords to fight at the end, right? And then we also watch it for the actual Rangers fighting like the putty crew.
But if you think about it, like this is the first time they've ever had to like actually film these sequences themselves.
Yeah.
They've always relied on the Japanese Sentai footage.
Yeah. And I wish they had continued to do that.
But it wouldn't have popped on the screen like it did.
Oh, it did not pop for me, bro. I don't know. What did you think about like the music? Cuz I don't think I've ever heard any of these songs other than, the normal theme song.
That oh we're in trouble song. I remember that one from being a kid. Like I loved that song when I was a kid. And
I
then
don't
like listening to it now, I was like, the lyrics make no sense to like the movie at all.
I feel like the whole movie didn't make sense to me in general.
I'm pretty sure like they just got some Australian group to sing this song.
Did they film in Australia?
Yeah, they filmed it in Australia.
Oh, okay. Yeah, okay. I don't know what you want to do next, but I'm down to talk about how many morphers you want to give this movie.
What else did I want to talk about with this movie?
Yeah,
Let's see here. I mean, Ivan Ooze was a great bad guy though,
he was. He was.
and he was better in this than he was in X Men Apocalypse.
Wait, he was in. Oh, you mean Oscar Isaac's Apocalypse?
Yeah,
Yeah, I'd
because they look
agree.
exactly the same.
And you know what? Like the actor was really good. Like he hams it up a lot, but I feel like it's required in this kind of movie.
It is, and he did a fantastic job. I think he's
Yeah.
a British actor.
Yeah, I think you're right. I looked it up after I watched it, and I was like, I'm so sorry you had to go through this.
Yeah, he's like the best part of the movie.
Yeah,
And
and on top of that, I do think Zordon, the actor who portrayed Zordon, he did pretty well. He's not as wooden as he is in the TV show.
well, so they had two different actors, right? They had the guy that was like
Laying
on
there.
the table,
Yeah.
And then there's the guy like voicing him when he's in the tube. The guy voicing him in the tube is like the actor
Regular.
from the TV show.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's interesting. It also looked up the voice of Lord Zed,
Mm-hmm.
because in the latest season of Power Rangers, which I just finished, he does not sound the same, and unfortunately, that voice actor passed away, so he couldn't actually redo the voice of Zed in this latest Power Rangers TV series.
I gotcha. Yeah. So I mean,
But his voice is awesome.
who? Lord Zed?
Lord Zed, yeah,
Yeah. Dude, I thought Lord Zed's costume looked terrible too. I think it looks much better in the original TV show.
yeah. There's a
It
lot of cool trivia on this movie too.
like
So that Dulcia character,
yeah, the
uh,
hottie.
Catherine Sutherland actually auditioned for the part, and she later on became the next Pink Ranger.
Oh, okay. Kathy Sutherland. I gotta look up her picture. Is she smoking?
I mean, why do you want to know that about a kids show?
Well, she's not a kid, okay? Like, right?
She's the one that her character ends up with Tommy in the end in the movie, in not the movie, but in the series.
Oh, she's the one that they get married.
Yeah,
Okay, got it.
yeah, she was around for a long time. I've met her in person too. She's very nice.
Okay, that's cool.
And then the original five Power Rangers were actually supposed to be in this movie together.
What happened? Oh,
That
Trini.
contract dispute,
Oh,
where they
okay.
got fired. I guess not fired, but I guess their contracts weren't renewed, so they were ultimately just cut out of this movie.
So, how do you feel about that? Because like, I definitely miss Zach and Jason. He's kind of on off. Like the actor, I like him, but I was okay with Rocky. He's kind of replaceable for me. But definitely Zach and Trini. They actually what's her name? The new Yellow Ranger,
Aisha,
Aisha. She's actually really good in this. I
yeah,
actually really
she's really
liked her.
good.
Yeah, I like Zach, so I really kind of missed his character. No offense to what's his name, Adam?
Yeah, Johnny Young Bosch.
Oh, Johnny Young Bosch.
Yeah,
Yeah, no offense to him, but like they kind of downplayed his character. He didn't really do that much other than get the frog.
yeah. Apparently, he proposed that scene to happen that
Really?
way. Yeah,
Oh my god. I don't know what to say about that, but like I feel like most of the Rangers were downplayed except for Tommy, Kimberly, and Aisha. And I think that has to do and of course David Yost.
yeah. Billy, the guy David Yost who played Billy, did a great job.
Yeah.
I mean, honestly, this movie really wasn't about the Rangers. It was more about Ivan Ooze, but
Yeah, I agree.
that's typically what happens with these types of movies, like these superhero movies. It's
Yeah.
more about a good villain than it is about a good hero.
Well, let's talk about the fight scenes. What did you enjoy them other than the Zords?
Yeah, the actual fight scenes are fun.
Yeah.
I did like that the helmets could actually do more than just be helmets.
Like what did they do? I don't remember.
So, like the Yellow Ranger, hers like has like flashlights on it,
Oh,
and like the Red Ranger could like scan things with a visor.
yeah. Okay, I remember that now.
I wish like you got to see something for every helmet.
Yeah.
I think that would have been cool.
Uh,
And I really wish they had done some redesign with the suits, because like they still have like the dinosaur like elements to their costumes when they have these new ninja powers and new animals.
yeah, that's true. So you would have rather saw like the Falcon on on his chest or something like that, or
So like the Sentai that it's based off of has like different suits,
oh, okay. Because
but so originally they didn't want to change the suits because they wanted to keep that iconic look,
yeah,
even though like the Super Sentai they were basing off of like had already changed suits.
I see. Hey, I have a question because now I'm remembering a lot, a lot more of my Ninja Power Rangers history. But do you remember when they started having like more dragon like Zords? Like there's a griffin and there's like Do you know what I'm talking about?
Like the
Like the
lightning swords.
like the Red Ranger was like a really big long dragon flying through the sky or whatever.
Yeah, yeah. There's a red dragon. There's a griffin. There
Yeah,
was a big old lion.
what was that from?
That was the second season of Power Rangers, I think.
I think those were my favorite
That's when
droids.
Lord Zed came. Yeah,
Yeah, that was my favorite. So this movie in context of seasons, this is after the second or after the third? I don't
after
remember.
the second.
Okay, okay.
So that's where the White Ranger comes from. Is that so? The White Ranger, his costume is actually was actually in the Sentai,
Okay.
and so this is where they should have done the original costume switch.
Mhm.
Because yeah,
Dude.
and the costumes actually look pretty cool.
No, I totally get it, but they freaking went from griffins and dragons to falcon and a bear. Like, what are
Yeah,
you doing, man? You went backwards. But okay, let's talk about how many morphers we would give this one. Andrew,
just
you
because
first.
of nostalgia, I would give it a 3.
Oh, you are generous because of this nostalgia thing.
This nostalgia only.
Okay,
If I
man.
was someone who saw this for the very first time in my life, it would probably get a 2 or a 1.
Yeah, I'm going with the 2 on this one. It's not that terrible that it would give a 1. There are redeeming qualities, like there's some fun to it. But yeah, man, the cheap CGI, it looks terrible. But other than that, like I had fun watching it, and I mean, sometimes that's all you can ask for, right?
Pretty much.
But okay, anyways, that is it for Mighty Morphin Power Rangers the movie. I give it a resounding 2. Andrew gives it a 3,
A Mercy 3.
a mercy 3. So right now, we're going to go over the final episode of Rise of the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles season 1, and we're going to give you a cumulative grading on how we think the whole series is.
First season.
First season. So, but let me start off with the Netflix description of the episode. Now, as you guys know, normally there's one or two segments in a single episode, but this one, like the previous one, is an entire episode, and it's called Endgame. And the Netflix description is unwilling to surrender the final piece of Kuroi Yoroi armor. Splinter devises a secret plan to rescue the turtles from Baron the Baron. So, okay, before we get into it, Andrew, anything you would like to add in terms of plot to color this in?
I mean, there's a lot of plot that happens in this.
Yeah, I know.
Like it was pretty packed in there with story for this one.
Yeah, and there's some funny parts. For example, they're trying to find the final piece of the Shredder armor, and
Yeah,
it's actually Splinter's teapot.
yeah,
And on top of that, they had been playing with it as kids and they broke it, so they tried to glue it together, but there was a hole, so they put a Jupiter Jim action figure to cover the hole. So it's not even the full armor.
yeah.
But at the same time, so what is really cool is the Baron actually puts the armor on and you see him kind of go to his full potential of power. Like he kind of goes crazy with his yokai abilities, right?
Pretty much. Yeah,
And you also learn that throughout the whole series, the reason why Baron was actually trying to do all of this is because he wanted to protect the yokai from the humans. So he had altruistic, you know, motivations, but of
not
course,
really, because like even the other yokai told him like this is the wrong way. Like this isn't gonna work.
yeah, that is
He just
true.
wanted to kill all humans.
Yeah. Oh, it's kind of like Magneto though, huh?
No.
No. Okay, anyways, and the turtles, they did the whole ninja thing in the last episode. This one, they kind of go back to their original weapons, and they have some really great fight scenes. Anything else you want to add?
I
All
think
right,
yeah.
so let's talk about what we liked, what we didn't like. You go ahead.
Feel like this wasn't as good as the episode before this one.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like the Insane on the Mama Train was just, it was this great build up and great story and great everything, and then like I feel like it didn't land it as smoothly as they wanted. Not that I think this was a bad episode, but
Right.
I really did enjoy the episode before this a lot more.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, I thought it was interesting, like that the teapot has been like the missing piece this entire time, and
Yeah.
all this other stuff. And but it was really, this episode is really just about learning to be yourself and like not conforming to like who everyone else says you are, because like Splinter in the end is like giving them back their masks and their identities,
Yeah.
because he likes them the way that they are.
Yeah.
And yeah, and that's how they win the day. And then I hated the cliffhanger ending. So
Why?
annoying, because like I just wanted the story to end and then you can start the next season however you want to do it. But and what also is frustrating is I did try to watch the next episode in season two,
Uh-huh.
but it totally is like out of order on Paramount Plus, and
Uh-huh.
it doesn't pick up where this leaves off.
Oh, so they're probably showing it in like error order rather than actual story order.
Yeah, which is really annoying, and I don't know why they did that.
Yeah, I don't get that because then you're kind of thrown in for a loop, right? Because
So much.
is it a segment episode?
Yeah.
That's so weird. But okay, yeah, I'm just gonna piggyback off of you. I You're absolutely right about them. Being themselves. April kind of had a subplot in it. I don't really remember that much of the episode. It felt more standard, but it was fun all at the same time. But yeah, the one thing that I found interesting was that the Shredder armor was actually absorbing Baron's strength to so that it could manifest itself like a phantasmic living thing or something like that,
Yeah.
and it sort of drains Baron of all of his strength. So when it detaches from the Baron, he's kind of like just like a shell of himself. He's just like this old shriveled up creature that can't really do anything and is super drained of everything he has. So I found that really interesting. And I feel like Shredder is gonna kind of be like an overpowered character, sort of like the three what are they called in the movie? The Krangs.
Oh yeah, the Utroms.
Yeah, the Utroms. So we'll see, because I'm really interested in how they do play off the Shredder armor and how they defeat it, because technically it's more of a spirit that has gone into the armor and animated it. So how do you defeat that unless there's some kind of magic tied to it or something?
Smack it with another Jupiter Gym.
Yeah, I mean that also brings in questions, right? Because if it's still like that flawed armor, how is it still able to activate the way it is, or will it not be as strong as it's supposed to be?
I guess it won't be as strong, and that's how they win.
Yeah. So I mean, we'll see, because guess what? We're gonna do season two anyways, right?
Eventually.
Yeah, we're gonna get into it. We're gonna do our mini reviews. As for now, Andrew, how many pizza slices do you give this one?
I give this one a 3.
Ooh, you're gonna end on a 3, bro?
Yeah, I'll give it a 3.
Oh dang! Because the last episode I think you said was your favorite, right? So you gave that a 5.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I'm gonna split the middle. I'm going with a 4 on this one. I do think it ends on a pretty strong note just because of the threat. So I kind of like the cliffhanger a little more than you. But overall, how many pizza slices do you give the entire first season?
I give the entire first season a 3.5, so I'll round up to a 4.
I'm gonna give it a solid 4. I enjoyed a lot of these episodes, and that Baxter Stockboy just lifts it up. There are a couple. I think I gave this. I definitely gave Baxter Stockboy like 5 stars, and I definitely liked a lot of the episodes where I gave them fours. Yes, there are a lot of fillers, but at the same time, they're enjoyable fillers. How would you sum up your experience on this first season?
I think it was enjoyable. It's definitely getting back to that goofier nature of TMNT.
Yeah,
And yeah, I think it was just done really well. The animation's great.
yeah,
The characterization of everyone is great. Like everyone is distinct,
yep. I'd
and
agree.
it was a fun, different take. So you're not getting the same kind of story over and over again.
Yeah,
And yeah, I appreciated it.
yeah, and I can't wait till we start on season two.
Yeah,
But before we
it's great
even,
to have a splinter that actually knows how to like do martial arts
yeah,
instead of just learning from a book that finds next door.
or YouTube.
Yeah, or YouTube.
Yeah, because this Splinter was actually from a long line of
Yeah,
warriors. He just was like, "Fuck it, I want to make money and get powerful,"
yeah.
or not
Tomako.
powerful, but have fun, right?
Yeah, he wanted to make money and be famous.
Yeah. So I just think it's such an original characterization of every one of the characters, and it didn't have that Raphael Leonardo as much, but it makes sense because Raphael is older, so he's kind of trying to be the leader, and Leo just kind of doesn't care. He's like kind of free loving, you know what I mean? He's just
Yeah,
having fun.
he hasn't become like the leader Leo yet.
Yeah, which we've already talked about that movie, and what a great I really enjoyed that movie itself. So, as for now, we are done with the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Rise of the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, sorry. And we will be doing season 2 very soon. But until then, next week, Andrew, what are we watching?
For next week, we are doing something that is Mighty Morphin Power Rangers Once and Always.
Yes, we are continuing with the Mighty Morphin Power Rangers for one more episode. So join us on this Netflix original. I think it's like an hour long movie, or
Yeah,
right? It's like an hour.
it's about an
So
hour.
it's a fun. I hear it's a fun ride. I haven't seen it, so we'll see how it goes.
It's a little darker.
It's a little darker, but it's
Yeah,
got
it's more
a lot of
colorful.
the original cast, so I'm thinking it'll be fun.
Yeah, it has some of the
And
original cast.
yeah, so we'll just end the season on that, and then begin anew. And next episode, we'll tell you what's coming up next.
Sounds good.
Okay. So for now, we're just that's it. So thanks for tuning in, and we'll talk to you soon. Bye.
See you later.